check 1-2. Good evening and welcome to the BOK Center downtown Tulsa. Mike Ziegenhorn with you on this Saturday night, the Saturday before Easter, and it's the home opener for the Tulsa Oilers football team. Tulsa comes in 1-2 on the season, facing the San Antonio Gunslingers, the team they beat in week 1, 28-20. The Oilers have a new quarterback this year, TJ Edwards, one of the top quarterbacks in the IFL the last 2 seasons. Last year he was at Frisco, their team disbanded, so he has now joined the Tulsa Oilers. On the other side of defense, the Oilers led by a couple of Treys, Trey Smalls and Trey Harvey. Trey Harvey had 2 interceptions in the week 1 victory over San Antonio. Oilers coming out of a loss last week at Green Bay, a shootout. Green Bay won it 74-68. The Oilers are trying to win their home opener for the 2nd straight year. Let's go across the arena now to Luke Hamilton, the voice of the Oilers.
Signed for as an expansion team, a part of the Indoor Football League. Now you await what is home opener number 3 in franchise history. A really fun atmosphere the Oilers put on at the BOK Center. A ton in attendance here on a rainy Saturday in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In their all blacks today with the gold numbers and gold piping are the Oilers. Black helmets, black jerseys, and pants and black socks on this black field with the gold end zones. One thing you'll want to look at here today is how the kicking game can affect what was a tight game in the first matchup between these two. Look for the defensive side of the football for the Oilers to be what is the question mark needing improvement. And if they can get that improvement out of the defense, they're going to become a complete team. Can't imagine the offense slowing down too much, but it is one of those situations where if the offense does slow down, the defense certainly does have to answer that question mark today and get the job done. Of course, we'll keep everybody updated on Tulsa Oilers hockey as well tonight. Andy Skirdo, not only the owner of the Tulsa Oilers football team, but originally the owner, as of 2022, of the Tulsa Oilers hockey team in the first round of the Kelly Cup playoffs in game number 2 tonight. As they are already up 1-0 in the series after a 4-2 victory last night. Tied at 1 after 1 period. We'll keep you updated for those interested in the building just as well. San Antonio and Tulsa out for the coin toss here in just a moment.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to the 2025
Tommy Daniels,
the Tulsa Oilers.
or rather Tommy Cooper, my apologies. He'll join us hopefully very soon here in the booth, as we'll get what our answer is for this coin toss victory. Oilers really recognize the importance of a game like this today in particular.
What is your option?
Trying to find improvement and be a 500 team and prove to this fan base that they can find their winning ways. Coin toss, it's up. And what do we have here at midfield? The Oilers do win the toss is what it looks like. So what is the decision?
Tulsa's won the toss, elected to defer. San Antonio.
Tulsa will defer to the second half after winning the toss, so they will kick to open up this game, and they will get to see their star-studded defense on the field. But it's got to be star-studded tangibly on the field. The numbers are there. The accolades are there with some of the experience these guys have. They just have to prove it on the field today. That's the question mark. Tulsa and San Antonio for try number 2 out of 3 between these teams. They'll begin today.
Our first country cannabis kickoff tonight. We've got, Cat Nash down in the tunnel.
Cat Nash getting us kicked off with the iron down in the tunnel. The bell is about to be rung. And the BOK Center already loud, already on their feet, is awaiting official game time to begin their day. San Antonio, a team that is also trying to find some consistency in their game. We'll see if they have that consistency found today. Much improved Naquan Murray. Keep an eye on him. Wide receiver addition for San Antonio that this Oilers team did not see in their first go-around against the Gunslingers. Murray, number 8 for the Gunslingers. He's also back as their return man. The Oilers will kick left to right. Right to left. San Antonio will go in this first quarter.
Our first country cannabis kickoff of the season. Let's go!
Moments away. Tommy Cooper joins the call, and certainly at the right time. Opportunity to get things started off with a home opener as you're helping us troubleshoot all kinds of things here in the building, but on the call now and an opportunity here to finally be in front of the fans once again.
Yeah, and you know that's something that you want to be as a team. They've waited so long here. Already played 3 games. You know, you're 3 games into the season, so this one, we know how great a Tulsa crowd can be, and these players are really going to feel it here tonight.
Rio Ramirez gets us started. Nyquan Murray will field this in his own end zone and bring it on back out close to the 10. He's shut down immediately, no further than his own red zone, and the Oilers will find good field position defensively to open things up. The question mark of this game is the defensive side of the ball for the Oilers. Not necessarily where they want to be at on that side of the ball. The offense, they took that tangible next step and found 68 points. Of course, 7 of those coming from Juju Augustine with the kick return unit. But it is this side of the ball that I think a lot of people understand has that question mark on it.
Yeah, you saw an absolute onslaught on offense. Only stopped really once in overtime on that blocked field goal. We're the offensive unit of the Oilers. The defense, they need to keep pace. We've seen them be good, especially against the San Antonio team. Trey Harvey, 2 interceptions last time these 2 teams played. They have the capability to lock down offenses, and they have locked down this offense. Both teams, a couple more games under their belt, so we'll really have to see in these first opening minutes which way it's going to go, which defense is showing up tonight.
Right out of the gate, 2 either side, 1 in motion on each side, and it's Henry firing out of the gate. He finds his man on first down. A big pickup on that first down, and it moves the chains immediately out wide. On the catch was Keyshawn Harper. He was the running back in game number 1 back on March 22nd that was shut down in the run game quite a bit by this Oilers defensive front. Looking to find a way to use him in a little bit more of a versatile way, certainly is this San Antonio team in try number 2.
Yeah, and that might be a why. We just saw them on a pass play, and that one worked for him. Something that's going to be key here. Breaking tackles. You already saw it on the first play. The defense is going to need to wrap up, and especially on plays where it's a running back catching a pass. He's going to be big, lower body. That's what running backs are built for, so you're going to need to be hard on the tackle.
Henry handoff here to Harper. He's shut down, and there he is. Marquez, Bembry, and company right on cue as ultimately shutting down the play. Jacarius Smith, all 270 of them. A year 3 player out of Grand Prairie, Texas, was with the Frisco Fighters last year and was one of those pieces on the defensive side of the ball that was brought over with Andre Coles as he joined this team as the OC. Great to see additions not only on the offensive side, but Coles helping out and bringing some things on the defensive side.
Yeah, to your point, you haven't really seen a lot of the defensive names. You all talked about TJ Edwards, obviously, rightfully so, but to see a guy on the defensive side of things come over with Coles and do well is awesome.
Henry drops back, will look for something on second down. Has a man, it's caught. Inside the red zone, inside the 5, and a big hit delivered there by Ramon Morris shuts it down, but San Antonio a first and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, and this is where it's going to be. You're going to have to bend, don't break. And, you know, obviously, there's opportunities for this offense to move. They did here in the defense. A bit of a soft spot there, depending on what they're running on their front, their back 7, or in just the back side on those corners and safeties. So you're going to need to be able to kind of lock down those spots. And then when you get here, you don't really need to cover those spots because those spots don't exist. You have so many yards you can go to get into the end zone. It makes it easier for defenses in a way, but it also makes it easier for the offenses. They don't have far to go.
Henry, 3 options on his left, 1 to his right. Harper keeping it is Henry. He's in a touchdown, and the opening drive finds its way in the end zone for San Antonio. A flag after the play. The touchdown will still stand. However, we might have something ensuing on the following kickoff, and certainly not happy about it. The brand new head coach for San Antonio in his 3rd game at the helm, James Fuller and company, upset at his offensive front as they want to calm things down. A 6-0 beginning for the Gunslingers, just as we saw last weekend. Green Bay opening up the score.
Is a touchdown.
Result of the play is a touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 8.
So,
offense.
we get an unsportsmanlike conduct call. That was on Nyquan Murray.
We'll have the try.
And so the try will be upcoming, no problem, as per usual. Will be enforced upon the later kick. That's what we'll see. Tyler Huddle. Tyler Hudel, that is, out of Trinity University, will be on to kick. Tyler Hudel will send it up. And no problem is what it looks like. It's a 7-0 beginning to open things up. The offensive side of the ball will get its chance upcoming. One notable, of course, is Juju Augustine for this Oilers team. He had a kick return for a touchdown last week against Green Bay and found a way to manage good field position for this team in the kicking department. Juju Augustine, a big part of that offensive push the Oilers had just about a week ago. Now they'll get their first opportunity and crack at it. 7-0 beginning for the Gunslingers. And when the Oilers give up the first points in the game, it hasn't necessarily caused them too many issues. In fact, the majority of their wins as a franchise have come when trailing right out of the gate in a football game. The Oilers offense trying to build off of what they found last week. Certainly aren't worried about a 7-0 deficit early on, as the Oilers will kick, or rather receive here in just a moment. And making his debut this season is Josh Crockett, somebody the fans certainly are familiar with and are happy about seeing once again. Nursing an injury throughout the offseason, was not able to get healthy and cleared until this Wednesday. And upon getting cleared, is moments away from making his debut. He'll be at the 10 in the return department. And back deep is Juju Augustine. So Hudel will look to kick in just a moment. He'll boot it away. Ball skips and bounces perfectly from Hudel. Augustine finally picks it up deep in his own territory. He's clobbered and brought down inside the 5-yard line. So this drive will start deep in their own territory for the time being.
15 yards.
11:55 to go here in our first quarter, as you've just joined us and we've just begun. And well, no problem here, down 7-0. Oilers will at least get a chance to be hot offensively to start. TJ Edwards makes his appearance with the offense to start, and well, he set a couple of franchise records last week for himself. 9 all-purpose touchdowns, 6 through the air, 3 on the ground. He also had 110 rushing yards. That's also a new franchise high for a single game, and well, he will get things going in the shotgun by himself to start. He's got 3 options on his right, 1 to his left on the short side. Edwards will run it out of the gate. He's going to take off. Edwards is stiff arm right side. Edwards has more down the sidewall, and he picks up the first. TJ Edwards finds a lot of room out of the gate and gets started off early.
Yeah, and I mean, if fans haven't really paid attention to the away and what TJ Edwards brings, I think the first play from offense on that one right there is going to show him what he does bring. He doesn't even really take a couple seconds. It's not a last-minute scramble. He thinks this is the best way to get yardage in this play, and he's right. I mean, a fantastic play by him. You kind of set up back in your own end a little bit, able to move forward after that one, and then TJ Edwards getting you guys in fantastic position here early. And you know, you're going to have to answer. The way that it is right now is, you know, one team is going to stop scoring first, and the way it is San Antonio scores first. It's back and forth. If the Oilers can get a stop, that'll switch, and it'll be the Oilers' turn to take the lead over and over again.
Edwards wants to throw here. Fires over the middle. He has his man diving towards the end zone. Is it in? A touchdown. Tulsa's on the board, and the Oilers are off and running.
Yeah, I mean, that is almost the picture-perfect response. Only a couple plays to make it into the end zone. Just a fantastic job by them. And just by the Oilers, and able to make a move down the ball and respond. I mean, that's what you need to do in games like this. You're going to need to respond. You've played this team before. You know it's going to be potentially a bit chippy. So being able to do something like that is exactly what they need to do to start the game and to go throughout the entirety of the rest of this one.
Max Novak gets his first touchdown as an Oiler, as he has been in and out of the lineup, getting pieces of an opportunity. But Novak gets his first, and in perfect fashion. Illegal defense on the kick. No problem here. Penalties declined as Rio Ramirez punches it through regardless. It's 7-all, and the Oilers get the response they needed. The defense, not a ton of time to talk about it in rest, as they'll get try number 2 in just a moment. 10:04 left in the first, and both teams have found the end zone to start. 7-all. Well, Tulsa all-time series against San Antonio coming into today. They're 1-1 against the Gunslingers. Current streak is that win of March 22nd. In San Antonio, both of those games have been. So this is the first meeting between these two in Tulsa. And this will be one of 2 meetings in Tulsa this year. Later on in the campaign on June 14th, the Oilers will host the Gunslingers one more time. And somebody that the Oilers saw in game number 1 was Jordan Jones on the defensive side of the ball for San Antonio, the former Oiler of the last 2 years. And he was released. For those wondering where and how they might see Jordan Jones, was ultimately cut from that roster, unfortunately for himself. And certainly a talented player that will find his way not only back on a roster, but most likely in the IFL, you'd have to imagine. Jordan Jones led the team in tackles coming into this week, in fact, with 21 and a half, to my recollection. The Oilers will kick in just a moment and get things going. Naquan Murray was the return man earlier. New return set up here. It'll look to be the return man, Callie Rashad. Out of Cisco College, Rashad will try to settle underneath this one. Catches it at about the 3 and will take it out. Rashad has it past the 20, and he's put down by Marquez Bembry, the former SEC product out of the University of Kentucky. Finds his first tackle of the day. 9:58 to go here in the first. And San Antonio will take the field with good field position to start their second drive of the night.
Well, Bembry's a guy that I've personally seen. I attended the University of South Carolina. I saw him play against the Gamecocks at University of Kentucky. He's a guy who does exactly what he just did. He brings the boom. He has a whole lot of power behind him. And in a linebacker position, especially in a league like this, you're going to need something like that. Bembry brings it.
Bembry certainly does. You'll see him at the linebacker position. Calvin Bundage is out long term with an injury after he picked that up in the game on the road in Fishers, Indiana.
And we're on defense, so I need you guys to be noisy, please.
Malik Henry moves his receivers in motion on either side. Has an option over the middle, and he'll connect. Picking up about half of what he needs on first was Glenn Gibbons out of Underwood College. Veteran status with this wide receiver core. And talking to Ralph Judkins prior to the game with San Antonio's broadcast crew, he mentioned how experienced and good this wide receiver core could be. And the question mark was whether or not Malik Henry was going to step up and be the quarterback everybody knows that he could be. And this week he's trying to prove so without a doubt. Henry making the smart decision.
Safety. The next safety guy. Yeah. Safe race and walking body. I feel like hard. There, Stinky out there.
Kira, can I bring your sodas in?
No.
Okay.
Wrong.
That doesn't mean stay on your device for another hour though, right?
I'm going faster again. But I'll probably do it in half the time, but still, it's gonna be like 5 hours.
I don't understand how you missed one day of school.
What?
I don't understand how you missed one day of school and you're that far behind. Oh.
And everyone did this before. It's just they failed the test on it. Because they didn't get half the minutes, so I'm getting the minutes. Yeah, I already did. Get up. What? No. should I just print it?
Are you copying it? Yeah. Can you print it? Maybe did they allow that? Not supposed to you to have the notes.
Well, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could probably print them, but I don't know officially. And I don't, I mean, yes, I would say yes. But I don't know what your teacher will say. I mean, use your judgment. I'd say if you think so, then yes. So I dropped your medicine there.
Oh, what? That hurt? Yes. No, that's not. I felt like you could see the sun. You could see it there from now. No, yeah. Five, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 4, 12. This can't be all in one night. Did you never do your homework? I didn't do it before. I didn't do it before. Wow. out and so brilliant. Love it.
Half of it, let's just bring it. See? 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 So just rub cream on it and wash off it. What?
Do you think I can just sprinkle out some liquid?
What? Yeah. For the first time, you never been by March. No, you haven't. I'm gonna take this because I got it for Kaden. Was it good? Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna put it on his face. What? In a minute. Yeah, Ben. Ben, mom says it. Yeah, she went straight to like college, but I like an hour video games. What you do your homework? I just want to go out there and so. You go to that. I'm just a little bad. That looks a little. I'll get or can I just cut it so it's not long? Thank you. Good. Yeah. I've been doing homework all day. I don't have that much homework.
Are you sure? I've been doing homework all day. Since 3:15. Something like 9 hours.
probably got a good 30 minutes. So take a 10-minute break. Go get some ice cream, go get on dad. And then from 9 to 9:30, finish up what you can. And then show up tomorrow. Be right. That's all you can do. Are you okay with filming the show? The other thing is, you have a photo. I mean, I feel like take the notes you have, take a 10-minute break,